Hi guys, this is Ross at FoodTravelMusicLove.com, inspiration from the heart. This is one of our Tripadvisor reviews. This time we're reviewing the Dhevatara Cove villas on the east coast of Ko Samui in Thailand. From what I can tell, Dhevatara Cove is a selection of about 7 or 8 different, slightly different villas laid out on one secure compound. There was another set of villas just down the road as well. I think they're owned by the same people, but this is going to be focused on an example of one of the villas at the Dhevatara Cove setup. Let's start by looking at the rooms. As you can see, as you would expect, exceptional decor. This is a 5-star luxury villa setup here. Beautiful, beautiful decor, nice facilities in there. The Wi-Fi is fantastic. The air conditioning is really, really powerful in the rooms. Lots of different settings on there, so you can put it on a timer, you can whack it down really, really ice cold, you can have it on whatever you want. Aircon, really, really nice, individually controlled aircon units for each bedroom, as you would have probably expected, but it's not always the case, so that's good to know. In the villa that I've reviewed here, there were 5 different bedrooms, all separate, independent access to each bedroom, which is good. You don't have to walk through one to get to the other. There's probably around 8 to 10 villas on the particular site that I'm reviewing, the Dhevatara Cove site. I don't know whether Dhevatara Cove included some other separate offshoot sites as well, but there are about 8 to 10 on the site that I was reviewing at. So the different views from different rooms, you would expect that. The one that we stayed at, I believe, had 5 bedrooms, and all of them would have had a slightly different view. The ones further down to the sea, obviously you'll probably get a nice sea view, and obviously if you're higher up you get a better view, but you can fight amongst yourselves for that because this is a villa that shares 10. Lots of space for your toiletries and to powder your nose, that's all good there. Nice big shower area, separate toilet area, nice big bedroom, mirrors, everything you could want. We'll have a quick look at location and access. Access is from a kind of windy, quiet, not so much a private road because there are little houses off it, but you do kind of wonder where you're going when you head up there. I walked up there, I cycled up there, I drove up there, all okay for all of them. Be careful for the dogs are very barky and yappy. I haven't noticed any bitey ones yet, but if you're walking about there, lots of what appear to be stray dogs, which seems to be commonplace in Thailand. With the particular setup and deal that we had at the villa, you get 2 transfers each way between the airport and the villa included within your booking price, so that's quite handy. Obviously when there's up to 10 of you, you might be coming in different groups, different stages, so it's nice that they offer you, at this point at least for this particular deal, they offered 2 transfers there, 2 transfers back to allow for people to arrive at different times. You can get a car from them at other points as well throughout your visit. They will charge, and I think the prices are quite high, relatively speaking, to use their kind of on-site car service, and then they'll bill you at the end for that. The villas were located around 45 minutes from the airport, Ko Samui Airport, which I've got to say is a unique airport, fantastic. You really, really don't notice it particularly until you get back on the plane to go back, and you get free access to food and drink, certainly the Bangkok Airways. Get free access to food and drink there. There's lots of other little eateries as well if you want to have anything like that. You can literally sit on deck chairs on the runway. Very, very nice airport, beautifully decorated and looked after airport as well. The local area itself, very, very beautiful, really, really stunning. Kind of a little bit jungly at certain areas. It's obviously right down on the coast, right down on the seaside, that's beautiful. Not too much around really. You'll have to walk out about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get to the 7-Eleven. A few little bars, a couple of little restaurants and things there. But not too much around, but that's the idea. It's nice and quiet. It's a real locals area. I like that, a real locals area. Little fishing bits going on around, like a river just down the road. People there just doing their work, putting their graft in, providing probably the food that ends up serving the villas and the hotels in the area. Not many hotels. It was really, really a nice little secluded area, and that's what I like. I like that sort of place. The villa that we were in wasn't particularly disabled friendly. Lots of steps there, as you can see. I don't really think it's a disabled friendly environment at those villas. There may be some other villas on the site there that are disabled friendly. I'm sure they have something like that, where they cater for disabled people, but the one that we were in wasn't disabled friendly, lots of steps involved. The actual villa complex itself was located on the east coast of Ko Samui. All of the villas that I saw were beachfront. You would expect that for the price that you pay there, but I will come on to that in a little while. Let's move on to the facilities. Now, if you're expecting a hot tub there, you will be disappointed, unfortunately. They filled in, certainly the hot tub in one of the villas that we were staying in. I don't know if that's the case with all of them. Maybe that's overhead, maybe it's just too much hassle to look after it. But the photos, when we booked, did still show a hot tub. A little bit cheeky, a little bit naughty that. So there's no hot tub there, certainly in the one we were in. All I'm suggesting is you check it out if you are going to book and you're expecting a hot tub. The sea is literally 1 foot out the hot tub, you're into the sea, and the sea is nice and warm there. But if you're expecting a hot tub, I would check that out with them first. There's a gym available on site. Seems to be a gym that's there for the use of the 7 or 8 villas that are all on the compound. I would personally suggest prepping, getting in there, turning the aircon on, to go about 15 minutes later, because it is very, very warm in there, as you'd expect. They don't have the aircon and the fans going, they leave all the lights off. So get in, prep, 10 minutes before, pop the aircon on. Really, really nice gym. Nice, considering there's only 7 or 8 villas, I thought that was a really nice, clean looking, stocked gym. You appear to have use of a kayak as well. I didn't use that myself. I don't think that would be very good. It's a danger to shipping and a danger to my health. So that is there if you want to use that. I don't know how that works in terms of health and safety. You'd have to ask them about that, but there's a kayak there that appears to be for the use of that particular villa. Fantastic, beautiful infinity pool, lovely views. Gets really, really deep when you get down to the end, so be careful if you're under 6.5 foot. Really, really nice views there, nice pool, not overly warm, but it certainly wasn't cold. It's nice and refreshing with that Thai heat, so beautiful, beautiful swimming pool there. Lots of sun lounges around as well, ample sun lounges for the number of people that are staying there, various little seating areas outside. Aside from the 5 bedrooms and the swimming pool, it's kind of an office study area, which appears to be for the use of guests as well, so a little office study area if you want to use that. Then you have your kitchen. There's separate kind of couple of toilets as well if you don't want to go back to your room. Then you've got your dining room, and you've got like a main big lounge area as well. You can either open up the doors, which I'm quite a fan of as well, open up the doors and just let some of the Thai air in, and the mosquitoes, you've got to be wary of that. So you can really open up the doors fully on it. I'm not sure, concertina, I'm going to go with that word, concertina doors. I'll just pluck that from thin air. And they do open right out so as you can just sit and enjoy some of the Thai heat coming in with fans. So you can either use fans in the room or aircon, or you could do both. You could just waste all their energy and have all of that on and with the doors open. But there's lots of different options there for you. That's really, really good. Wi-Fi I touched on in the rooms as well. Wi-Fi is right throughout the villa. I think even when I was down at the gym, put the Wi-Fi on there, absolutely fine. I believe each villa has probably got its own Wi-Fi access, so I only just tapped into the villa Wi-Fi while I was in the gym. If I remember, I believe that each villa has its own Wi-Fi access, but that's fine. Really, really good Wi-Fi throughout the site as well. And the villa that we stayed at, which was the first villa as you come into the site on the left-hand side, that was our villa, the first one on the left. There's a viewing tower there. There might be viewing towers at some of the others. There wasn't too much to view. There was a lot of steps involved to get up there, and it wasn't really a well-tended tower, to be honest. The steps and the tower itself, it was quite dusty and leafy and dirty up there. It wasn't really something that I don't think is that well looked after, and the views weren't, sadly, that great once you get up there. As you can maybe see here, still it's okay, not too bad. If you fancy a little walk up there, it's somewhere else to sit down if you want to get away from the crowd and they're annoying you. Not that my group were doing that to me at all. I have mentioned the security, which I think is quite important for some people. So there is security there at the gate. They seem to be there 24 hours a day. If I was Trigger, I'd be like, yeah, but not at night. That's an Only Fools and Horses thing, just in case no one knows. We'll have a look at food and drink. tend to include this in any of our hotel-based Tripadvisor reviews. It's a little bit awkward, this one, because it is, for all intents and purposes, a self-catering option, although there are fantastic staff there that live on site and try and cater for your every need, everything that you could want. You ask them and they'll try and do it for you. From what I could gauge, you buy in your own food and then let them get on with it. You give them a budget and then they'll go and get it, or you go out and get the food and then they'll get on with it. So there's on-site chefs, commis chefs, sous chefs, all there. People that clean up, they do all the cleaning up and that sort of thing for you afterwards as well. You still have access to the kitchen. It's a very unique setup, something I haven't seen before myself. Very unique setup where you're going in and out of the kitchen yourself. It's essentially self-catering, yet you are also very much catered for. A really, really nice blend. Bit different for the first day or two, fantastic thereafter, and you just get used to it and you embrace it. I really, really like that. With the setup that we had, there appeared to be 4 set menus, A, B, C, D. You choose which you want day to day. A various choice on there, various dishes that they're putting out for you. So that one set menu could be, for example, a pad thai, a tom yum goong, a jungle curry, a couple of stir-fried dishes, a couple of rice, and then they put all that out for you. Then the next day it'll be a different section. So you can choose from those 4 set menus. Then they'll put a barbecue on for you. There's a separate seating area where they'll put a nice big barbecue on for you. Unfortunately, I wasn't there personally to see that particular bit. Breakfast, they do include that actually within your rate. So although it's essentially like a self-caterer thing, this is what I mean by it being quite a unique blend. Breakfast, they put on for you. So you just tell them what you want. In the morning, you don't have to do it the night before. You have to obviously arrange it prior to make sure they get a certain amount of stuff in. But I think they just get a certain selection of breakfast items in. They'll either do you a Thai breakfast. So you do actually have to decide now, I remember now, you do have to decide the night before. They'll either do you a Thai breakfast or an English-based breakfast. You don't have to decide the dishes, that's the important bit. They just want to know what sort of things to prepare and prep ready for the next morning. So either a Thai-style breakfast or an English breakfast, and it is actually quite a good English breakfast, like streaky bacon, they'll put pancakes, maple syrup, all that sort of thing. Eggs cooked to order, boiled, poached, scrambled, fried. Brilliant. So that's really, really nice that that's included within it. You put your own lunch on, or they'll help out and do some lunch for you if you like, and then it gets to the 4 different set meals, barbecues, whatever you want in the evening. After you've used up your set meals, or you don't want to go to that, you can say, can you do me one of these, can you do me one of these? And if you like it like me, nice and spicy, just say pet mac macca, and that'll be fantastic. They'll do a nice, very, very spicy dish for you, or add some chilies. So they have got chilies there that they'll just add, put in a bowl. Beautiful for me. Not much really to say about drinks. You get your own drinks in. There's supermarkets within 10-15 minute drive. 7-Eleven literally a 3 or 4 minute drive away. Bring your own drinks in. They then do serve the drinks for you. Again, had to get used to this after a day or so. They do then serve the drinks for you. In the evening, once it gets down to dining times, they'll serve the drinks. Otherwise, you just do your own drinks. Even those drinks that you've brought in, they'll do like the waiter service. So it's a really, really nice blend. I can't stress that enough. So you've bought all your own bar, you've filled up your fridge with your beers, you've put all your spirits out on the side. They'll then sort out the ice, they'll sort out the glasses and that when they're there working at the meal times. I mean, if you're having a Jim Beam and you're asking for that in the morning, I'd question things. But for the lunch and evening bits, they'll serve you your Jim Beam, they'll serve you your Captain Morgan's, whatever you've got there that you've got on the side. Ask them for it and they'll come and do it. You don't have to feel lazy, it's part of the service, it's really part of the experience. Embrace it, it's their culture, that's what they're there getting paid to do, and that's why you're paying £700 a night for the villa. So you can self-serve, that's fine, just go up and do your own thing, or they will come and bring that to you. Depends how many drinks you're having and whether you want them to know how many you're having, I suppose. Sneak in your odd one now and again yourself. The food and drink was absolutely fantastic. Very, very authentic, very locally produced, locally sourced. Thai chefs, that's always important for me really. If you come into Thailand, I like to have a Thai chef personally cooking me my Thai food at least. When you're in England, I've been to a couple of Thai restaurants, gone in and tried to speak Thai to them, they're Nepalese. Okay, that's fine, I'm not being, but I like to have Thai people cooking me my Thai food, simple as that. And you certainly get that at this place. Let's move on to some hints and tips. There is a slightly noisy ferry terminal. That's just one little downside. There's a ferry terminal just, I suppose it's about a 15-minute walk out of the back of the villa to the right if you're going down the beach, or you can access it by road a different way. I did wonder what the noise was first. It sounded like something out of Jurassic Park. It's a noise of obviously the boats kind of just rubbing up against the side of the jetty. So that's just a little downside, but just be aware if you do wonder what the noise is, that's that. Otherwise, incredibly peaceful, really, really nice there. If you make your way down to the beach and turn right, basically just before you get to the pier, to the jetty, to the ferry terminal, on the right hand side there's a couple of nice little bars there with little swings, beautiful views, not overly expensive, 60, 70, 80 baht for a small beer, 180, 150 baht for a cocktail, nice selection of food and things in case you want to just get out of the villa environment. Beautiful views there, a couple of bars just down the road. I assume that they would be quite expensive considering it's just the villas that they're serving, so it's a bit of a monopoly environment, but they were really, really nice, good value for money bars. We're getting to the official rating. Always look at the value for money first. This was around a £700 a night accommodation. On the face of it, sounds pretty pricey to me. When you think that that's shared out amongst at least 10 adults, £70 a night, I don't think is too bad at all. In terms of value for money, £70 a night, obviously including your breakfast, including the Wi-Fi, including access to the gym, the air conditioning, £70 a night, really, really good. You then get your own food and drinks in. This is for a luxury villa in Ko Samui, overlooking the beautiful Thai East Coast of Ko Samui coastline. I think that is really, really good. Based on everything that I've seen, compared to other places that I've seen, this definitely gets a FoodTravelMusicLove.com rating 10 out of 10. If you want to check out a slightly more informal video where I also stayed at another little place just down the road and a little informal video of me just in the area, please feel free to check that out. Otherwise, we hope you enjoyed this, we hope it helped you out. Please feel free to ask any questions. I'll try and help out with anything at all that you want to know. Ross, FoodTravelMusicLove.com, inspiration from the heart. Thank you.